This is One on One.
Brought to you by NJM.
Welcome to One on One. I'm Steve Adubato. We are pleased to welcome Mr. Andy Anderson, who is retired detective with the Essex County Prosecutor's Office with the Vehicular Homicide Unit, and today the leader of the Teen Safe Driving Coalition of New Jersey. Andy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Talk about the Teen Safe Driving Coalition of New Jersey. What is it and why does it matter so much?
Well, the Teen Safe Driving Coalition in New Jersey was an offshoot of the Governor Corzine's teen driving coalition that we had back in the 2007.
Right.
There was a rash of teen crashes, and it became almost like an epidemic in New Jersey, and Governor Corzine recognized that we needed to do something about it. Pam Fisher at the time was the director of highway traffic safety.
Right.
He tasked her with coming up with a commission. That commission was a 15-member panel that dealt with or looked at our New Jersey graduated driver's license laws and came up and made them better out of that coalition. There was 15 members. I was lucky enough to be asked to be one of those 15 people.
So right now, let me ask you, and our friends at New Jersey Manufacturers, Bernie Flynn, the team down there, have been talking to us about this, and others are concerned about it as well. But I'm curious, how bad is the problem with teen driving?
It's the #1 killer of teens across the country, and especially and also in New Jersey.
What are the causes?
The cost?
The main causes. We'll talk about the costs, primarily life.
It's not a question of them being bad drivers or they're inexperienced. Driving is probably the most dangerous thing we do every single day. And the idea that we can just license someone, put them out on the road, and be out there with everyone and expect them to be good at this, I mean, it's on-the-job training. That's the only way you learn how to drive, and you get exposed to all of these risks. So what we want to do is focus on minimizing those risks as they get that education, as they get that training.
Break that down. What are we talking about? And by the way, all of us who are parents of young people who are now driving and those who will be driving in the future are listening intently.
Because that's when it becomes on your radar, when it's now your child is going to be out there.
Literally, our son is turning 14, and my wife said to me yesterday, do you know our son Nick will be driving in 3 years? And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, our Nick, are you kidding me?
Well,
what should we be thinking about, all of us?
Right now, at the time, you're at the perfect time. So at 14, 15 years old, you graduate them to the seat next to you as you're driving. And you start talking to them about driving and how to be safe. And,
really?
Yeah, because you want to get them in the mindset now. And you want them to start telling you if they recognize all the things that are putting them at risk, if they know about stopping distances and looking for pedestrians and watching their speeds and where to turn and how to turn. It's a process, we call it narrative driving.
Narrative driving. By the way, we're putting up the teensafedriving.org organization. Go on that site for more information. That would be incredibly helpful. I'm sorry, go ahead, Andy.
And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we start having these conversations with your child. So in New Jersey, we have really one of the best GDL programs in the country.
Right.
It's not the best. We're missing a couple of key components. It can be better. We're working on that. Two of the key components that we need to do is have a mandatory parent-teen orientation, which means...
Say it again, a mandatory...
Parent-teen orientation, which means now when your son is getting ready to take driver's ed, you go to the school with him and you have a conversation and talk about what we're going to do. And the program already exists and is being taught throughout high schools in New Jersey.
It should be mandatory.
But it's not mandatory.
It should be.
It's voluntary.
We
think it should be mandatory.
Okay, got it.
And then there's mandatory practice hours. We want you to at least do what New York State has done and have at least 50 hours of practice time with your son or your daughter. And that means 50 hours of going out there and logging how many hours you go out there and practice with them, and 10 of those hours should be at night.
Why?
Because it's important to go out. The more practice they get under tutelage, under supervision, the better and safer they will be.
Andy, talk to us about distractions. Talk to us about the dangers of texting, which is just one of the many things people do to be distracted or to distract themselves while in fact they're driving, that we do as parents, and then we're going to be the ones who are helping our kids? Talk about that.
You're exactly right. And we are the greatest influence on how our teens will drive. They're learning from us. They've started learning from us when we turned them around in their car seat and they started facing forward. So the kind of driver that your son or daughter is going to be, look in the mirror. It's either going to be you or your wife. You know, who was the greatest influence? So, and when you talk about distractions, and I want to make this very clear, we've been driving distracted well before there were cell phones.
Really?
Right. All we had to do, it's not about what's in your hand, it's where your head's at. So, for example, if I'm driving here worried about how this interview is going to be, my head is worried about or thinking about what kind of questions we're going to, I miss
Where
my
should
expert. It should be right in front of you. That's where the threat is. That's where we should be concentrating on our driving. Everything else is extraneous. So we should just drive.
And when we do other things, when we're messing around with the radio, when we're texting, when we are distracted, when we're reaching in the back, when we're reaching for things, but then we're telling our kids how important it is that they be safe.
Well,
actions versus words.
That's the dilemma.
Yeah.
Do we want to set a good example? And again,
Yeah.
one of the benefits of that parent-teen orientation is talking to the parents and saying, you know, we need you to set the best example.
And could you do one more on drinking and driving? Yeah, I can't imagine what you saw. And do you want to share with us what you saw in homicide?
If there was a way for every parent or every driver to see the damage and to see the impact on the victims, and motor vehicle crashes do not discriminate. They don't care how poor you are, how rich you are, what color your skin is, what kind of car you're driving. You can be a victim of this. And I say that as you're a victim. You're either a victim if you caused the crash or you were a victim of you died or injured as a result of this crash. So what we want to get through to people is that this is something we should be paying attention to. And the amount of people that are killed every year in our country is staggering. 38,000 people have died in 2015. 38,000. That's up 8%. We haven't had an increase like that in 50 years. In New Jersey, it's gone up. It's gone up not as much. It's 1%, but it was 2% up from the year before that. So we're going in the wrong direction.
In spite of initiatives that are helping to improve, like, what is it, Share the Key? Is it
Share the Keys.
Share the Keys, right?
Right.
Which, real quickly,
Which
20
is the
seconds.
parent-teen orientation, which is a 90-minute program that has been proven or created through research through the Division of Highway Traffic Safety and Kane University.
Right.
Children's Hospital Philadelphia did the research. We based it upon. It's research-based. It's 90 minutes. It's painless. And the parents learn about the laws together with their teens and how they can work together and make them safe.
Andy, I appreciate you joining us and talking to our public television, FiOS, and digital audience, everyone listening right now, the leader of the Teen Safe Driving Coalition of New Jersey. Thank you for the work you're doing every day on behalf of our children.
Thank you.
My name is Carly Lloyd, and I have been with NJM since I first started driving. I'm a World Cup champion and two-time Olympic gold medalist. If I could sum up NJM in one word, it would be extraordinary.
Extraordinary means being the best at something, separating yourself from everybody else.
I love being a part of NJM. They have the best insurance out there.
Join NJM's family of policyholders today. Get a quote now at startyournjm.com.
Also brought to you by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor, Summit Medical Group, and by Seton Hall University.